guys, or 2 teams rather.
Absolutely. Battle without honor. 1-1 against Protoss so far, 3-2 in general. Overall, showing some powerful play in all matchups recently. Even knocking out Life in GSL recently. That is insane, Valdez. He knocked out Life.
That's insanity.
That is insanity.
But, you know, that's what you get from Bomber. He's such a strong player, and I think he is definitely the favorite to win this one.
He's got my vote.
Yeah, he's got my vote as well. From what I saw, I think only Kanata voted for him. Bit of a spoiler.
There's Seed. 0-3 so far. He lost them all in round 1, as you said earlier tonight, Valdez.
He'll get another chance tonight against Bomber.
He's one of those online heroes. He's one of those guys that plays nothing but online tournaments. When you go and check out his kind of results. So since the round 1 of Pro League this year, he's been playing a lot of Alimo leagues and the other ones that I forget the name of actually.
Lei Feng.
Yeah, that's it. So it's going to be interesting to see how he plays. Kind of exposes your style a lot when you play in these online leagues, which is why I'm never a fan of it.
Yeah.
For these Korean players that are in Pro League.
Definitely doesn't help out when you actually come down to lands and play in the booth. Let's see the predictions of the casters for this one. Only Kanata going for Seed.
Okay.
I wonder what he's thinking. He must be thinking, okay, he's going to go for like a cheese snipe build against Greedy Bomber and take it on this map. I don't think it's a bad idea, but in terms of like risky predictions, I think Bomber's the safe choice. But let's see. We're going to go into the game right now. Bomber versus Seed on Expedition Lost. Down here in the bottom left, in the pink from SBENU, it is Bomber.
And up here in the top right, for MVP, it is Seed.
Nice. Played.
Thanks,
nice.
Man.
It's been a while since we've seen Seed.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a whole round since we've seen Seed. And he didn't have much success, but it's been a while. He's had a lot of practice.
Oh, God. Look at those predictions from the fans here. 83 to 17%.
Okay. Yeah. Bomber has been playing that good. But I do fear for the cheese that may come from Seed after all.
This isn't even a best of 3. It's a best of 1 between these 2 players.
I think Bomber should be expecting it, though. Of all things, he should be going, okay, I'm a greedy Terran. What would someone on this map do to a greedy Terran? He would probably cheese me out. Maybe Immortal in, maybe Blink Stalker. Either way, he's committing a lot. And I have 2 fronts to cover. I gotta put bunkers at 2 choke points and be there at the time of the attack, or I lose the game. So
it's as simple as that, really.
It's as simple as that.
When you break it down, we're gonna see gas first from Bomber.
He's gonna be turning on the aggression early. I like that.
Maybe take the cheese to Seed Town.
I like that even more, Valdez.
Instead of Bomber Town.
Take the cheese to
what?
Seed Town. No, I said cheese.
But
I was laughing while I said it.
Let it slide this once.
Well, it's going to be a bit of a slow opener. No proxies at all so far. It doesn't look like there will be any. Unless we see a Stargate in that south pylon.
Well, he's sticking with 1 gas for a while. Looks like for now just a pretty standard Protoss opening. Broken downs. There's the Fast Factory also making a Marine to go for a bit of a scout. Yeah.
All right, so an early factory on here. I like this. You can see an early drop by this, 6 Marines and a mine. Comes to mind.
We've been seeing some Hellions every so often against Protoss as well. Go for like a 1 mine, double Hellion kind of drop there. Some Marines poking as well.
Very early Nexus from Seed. Before everything else. And there we go. Mothership Core, he's just going to do that standard sort of opening. It's going to be up to Bomber to apply the aggression here. And there's that Stargate. So super quick. I like how he's scouting for proxies with that first Marine out as well. Just making sure nothing can be on the map that can catch him out. No proxy Stargates that are going to fly in, do some critical damage. If he can kind of make sure that there's nothing out there, then he can just go for that early drop and maybe do the damage that he needs. Shut down this quick natural expansion.
Yeah. Could be. We're going to see... I thought he was going to go for another Core Scout. He's moving out a bit.
Oh, he's actually going to start dealing with the Rock Tower with that Mothership Core. So we're going to try and cut off as much aggression as he can while he gets that base up and running. I kind of like it.
Yeah, it's kind of cute. And at the same time, we see Bomber is going to be making some Hellions, so we will see probably 2 with the Widow Mine. We see Maru doing this as well as Bomber. I've seen him do this before, so kind of a cool build.
Here we go. Looks like Bomber is going to commit to it after all. He's certain that there's no Oracle. Now it's go time. While he expands. And he does get the rocks down, Seed, but doesn't matter if you got a Medivac.
Funny the way that works. Flying Units can fly over the rocks.
Yep. I guess it'll help out against, you know, Hellion run-bys and whatnot, which we are actually seeing, but, you know, Hellions are pretty fast anyway. And it looks like, here we go. It's going to be a drop onto the natural.
Widow Mine coming down. That first Observer is about to finish. Let's see if Seed commits to the Photon Overcharge. He may just pull a Panic. We've seen Panic do this before where he pulls everything into one base. And mines from one base a little bit inefficiently, but is very safe with all his pros.
Yeah, well, deciding not to actually invest in Photon Overcharge. I find that interesting. I think it'd just be a great shutdown if you just invested in it right here, right now, because there's no way it's really going to take too much more damage. It's going to lose in a simulator. I guess he just doesn't have enough gateway units to really warrant him investing in the natural. The main would just be simply too open.
Bomber going to commit to the drop in here, but
he got a Stalker for it as well, actually.
And he's not done yet, as it turns out. Finally, the Photon overcharges, but he's forced it into the main, or rather the natural. Oh, nice. He's going to save that Widow Mine as well.
Beautifully done. One shame is that he never found a run-by with these Hellions because he did commit to that natural. But perhaps if he committed to the main base and forced all the units up there, that Hellion run-by would have had a place. Instead, it's going to remain outside the natural for now, while the second drop makes its way towards the main base.
Seeing Bomber going for a very early Viking. It's pretty interesting. I mean, he did see the Robotics Bay, but he only has 2 medevacs out on the map right now, and they're going for drops, so he could easily lose them.
It's going to be very careful, but here we go. Dropping to the main base. Going to be forcing units out of position while these Hellions run into the natural.
Oh, trying to focus down that Immortal, it looks like. Getting it decently low. A lot of these probes lining up now, but he will be able to take out that last Hellion.
Yeah, just not finding enough. And he will be beaten back. Not finding much damage at all, actually. And he used a lot of units for that. One critical mistake from Bomber during that is he never repaired, he never healed up the Marines inside that medivac. He never tried to drop them once, so the medivac could heal them up. So they came down in red, and from there just got completely dominated. And medivac sneaking around behind the natural again, going to be dropping a sneaky mine.
Oh, does Seed even notice? It doesn't look like it.
Oh no! He so luckily micro backed the last probe, and it happened to be the one that was targeted.
Wow.
Big mistake from Bomber not targeting that one properly. Oh man, that could have been horrible.
That could have got like 7 or 8 probes there.
Absolutely.
They all bunched up.
Absolutely. So very fortunate there from Seed.
Seeing just relentless dropping coming out of Bomber. He does not want to back off at all.
Well, this is the way they do it, man. This is the way you build up just slowly but truly economic damage, just pulling these SCVs again and these probes again and again and again. Just like we see Maru do. Maru's the doctor of this matchup. He knows exactly how to prescribe these drops and exactly what to do. I went for a balance. Didn't work.
Doctor.
Oh, I got the observer. The doctor's in.
no, man, this isn't the doctor. This is Maru. Oh, God.
This one's still getting his PhD.
Right.
Step in the right direction. He passed that test.
Yeah. Just continuous damage coming out of Bomber here. Gets a probe, but he will have to back off of this one. Very smartly from Seed.
Somehow saves that medivac with 4 Marines.
Yeah, just barely.
You know, despite all these drops that have been getting destroyed, we are seeing quite an impressive supply lead from Bomber.
Yeah, and even a supply block here from Seed. Just looks like the macro's not really on. Like you said, look at that. He's only making the pylon now. That's really unfortunate. Going to build up a bit of a bank. Anyway, like you said, just the continuous pulls from Seed, just doing a ton of economic damage, and he's slowly just pulling himself further and further ahead.
Sorry, Valdez. It's all good, man.
What?
Nothing.
All right.
I'll tell you later.
All right.
Anyway, the base going up for both players, actually. And it looks like Bomber is going to be taking the ice to the back, but here we go. Big drop into the main base, sniping the Robo.
Oh, wow. He's going to be able to get that. He's just going to get out scot-free, too. He lost, like, 4 Marines.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great trade.
He's going to be trading this army a little bit longer.
Patty will relate. And,
looks like Bomber once again pulling himself ahead.
Yes. Yes, he is pulling himself ahead.
And second forge going down. And no Robo being made behind this. Looks like Seed is simply going to transition from here. He's going to be like, okay, that's enough Colossus for me. I'm going to be going into Storm.
I don't know if that's the right call, actually. There's so much buyout on the map, and there's not that many Vikings still. He only has 2 Colossi.
Yeah, he does have a window here, but he did only go for single upgrades. And I think like if you're going to go for that hardcore Colossus gateway style, you want to go for double upgrades pretty early on. I think Hero does it right whenever we see him play it. You got to have those very tanky gateway units to deal with the bio on the ground. Oh, GTs.
Yep. You didn't see that one coming, did you, Bomber?
Until he scanned.
So he does eventually have that second forge. It's not getting to work, though. Going to cancel both the gases.
Oh, what does that tell you? What does that say, Valdez? That says a commitment to an attack coming up. You see a number more of gateways going down, so I kind of get the impression we might see big investment into gateway, possibly Zealots and these High Templar. And look at that, he's even pulling from the third. He's actually sacking the third base right now very prematurely.
Do you feel like he just feels too threatened?
I think so. I think he feels like he's in too much of a dangerous place. He's still waiting for Storm. It's going to be up in just a few seconds, but this third is gone.
I mean, he would have had Storm when this attack hits.
I think he's expecting Bomber to pull the boys, but Bomber never did so. I think that's what he was waiting for. He's like, oh my god. Okay, the boys are coming. Well, if I hold out on 2 base and get Storm, I just win the game. But Bomber never did that.
Well, he's got 1 observer, right? He doesn't really know what Bomber's doing at all. So if you try to go and be very safe like that and just assume that he's going for the boys while having no scouting information, you're going to lose your third base for free.
Yeah, definitely. It's another one of those mistakes where just not enough observers on the map. And we're seeing a very late Ghost Academy from Bomber, which could come back to bite him if we see an attack from Seed very soon. 4 Templar, both, all of them have double Storm.
Yeah, I mean, Seed, he's got a ton of AoE, but he's just showing no confidence in going for the attack. Now he's going for the attack without his 2 Colossi.
Man, he's got to wait. He has to wait for these Colossi. They're at the natural with the Mothership Core.
I think he forgot him.
He completely forgot him.
And now he's gotten a recall. I mean, Bomber's just going to go for the Sentry Snipe there. Pretty cute.
He's got to wait for his charge before he commits to anything else as well. 10 more seconds.
Yeah. But Bomber's scanning this, and I think he's realized, like, you don't have your whole army here. He's picking off a lot of sentries. Doesn't want to get force fielded out and get rid of that Guardian Shield, of course. And still, the Colossi remain there. He split them, so he knows they're there.
Yeah. Well, one good thing is he did only invest in 2 Colossus from here, and there's a lot of Vikings actually invested in this army. I think there's currently 26 supply of this army is invested into Vikings. This could come back to bite him if he's fighting against nothing but Storm.
That's true. He has landed his Vikings, by the way. He's just going to fight with them on the ground.
You might as well at this point, right? Like, if you're not fighting Colossus, you got to make them useful. And Bomber's still being aggressive against this army. Colossus finally have been found in the natural.
Going to see a small force of bio coming up there. There is one storm coming down. Heard some snipes on possible High Templar in the back, but there are a lot of High Templar.
Oh, big storm goes down. See, trying to hold on, but that is one hell of a concave. And nothing really left over except for these storms actually doing way more damage than expected.
A ton of gateway units still left on the ground, and even that Immortal helping out a ton. But at the same time, is it going to be enough?
All the buffering essentially is gone for these Stalkers. They have to run.
He needs another Warp in his Zealots. Yeah, he needs some tanking units here. He's going to get out another Colossus. All these Vikings are on the ground.
He needs more AoE. And still enough Vikings to deal with one Colossus as well.
Yeah.
This is a tough position to be in. But Bomber hasn't put a nail in the coffin just yet. More units coming, even pulling some boys. Just a couple.
Yeah, just pulling some of those boys.
Just a few. About 10 of them.
Maybe help out repairing those Medivacs and Vikings, I suppose. A lot of them were very low from the fights.
Yep. Oh, there's the rest of them. Okay. Everyone's joined the party now. Not much AoE, so a good choice. And here we go. A fight into the third base.
Those two High Templars don't have Storm. This guy's about to, but it gets sniped. This one does have enough energy, just barely.
I think this is simply too much. There's no way he can save this third base.
And what are you going to do? Sack it again?
Going to sack it again. Going to send the boys home.
Oh, a lot of them are going to be caught out.
This could be a great chance for Seed. If he can wipe this army out, maybe he can go for a counterattack. Here we go. Last hope for Seed.
Getting a bunch of hits on the Colossus. He's going to take out one, but again, a lot of Stalkers going to save that last one.
Big storm goes down.
A lot of Zealots remain. This is such a close fight, but I think Seed is actually going to hold it off. Just too much gateway pressure.
Can he chase these down? If he does it, he might have actually just won the game. He's up 30 supply right now.
He's done so much damage. A lot of Marauders remain, but still heavily upgraded gateway units remain at the same time. A Colossus isn't in the back, even some High Templars and Dark Templars in the mix. And just blink. Once you get ahead, once you get that ball rolling, you can chase that army down. And it just gets further and further ahead.
It's still a hard army to fight against with simply gateway units and no AoE, really. That Templar has no energy whatsoever.
Oh, man. I thought he had a Colossus left over, but I don't see it.
Doesn't look like it. He's going to have to get out of here after trading out all his Zealots.
You'll notice that Bomber is heavily down in supply, but he only has 16 workers. That's the main reason. If you look at army supply, they're very even. And like you said, just straight up bio against only gateway units. It's not going to be enough for Seed to close out the game.
Yeah, 4 more Templar coming down though, but he needs Zealots with this army. Otherwise, he cannot really sit there and trade out because the Stalkers are just too fragile against Marauders. But 4 Storms are going to really change the tide here, and might even be enough.
We're going to have to see some excellent kiting and splits here from Bomber.
Storm surprise. Big Storms going down.
Those are not the splits he needed, man. Everything gets wiped out here from Bomber.
Everything is getting annihilated right now.
Seed celebrating in the booth. Wow. He knows he's got it. GG. Seed wins the game against Bomber on Expedition Lost to win the match for MVP against SBENU.
A turnaround. That was unbelievable. Oh, he is so stoked. And he should be. That was an amazing game. Catching out all the SCVs on the way home just did so much for him. It put him so far ahead because he did get to trade with that army. And the economy was gone.
Yeah, it was totally smashed. He was not able to remake much of a bio army at all. All he had to do was warp in a bunch of Templar and go for those money storms, and he got them, man.
Wow.
Seed's so pumped from that win.
As he should be. That was amazing.
I'm pumped for that win, man.
That was definitely a great game, fellas. I'm so happy to see that.
Yeah.
And MVP, you know, they take another big win. They're on a roll now. CJ, now SBENU. SBENU on a two-loss streak now.
Yeah.
Damn. The hype train has ended.
It's hit a wall, it seems.
Train hit a wall.
Yeah. And MVP, we talked about this. We didn't talk about this today, but They are right below KT and SBENU in terms of playoff points, like right behind them, 5 points. So if they get a decent last 2 rounds here, they can actually make it to the playoffs. MVP, this underdog team, they could possibly make it back.
Yeah, not far away at all. Still early days in this round 3. Getting kind of excited. A lot of great teams. A lot of great matches actually have been happening so far this round.
The competition is only getting harder out here.
I'm so happy to see MVP really turning it on as well. You know, I was kind of worried about this team. They weren't really showing many results in the first half of this season.
They kind of hit rock bottom with the whole Marine King scandal as well.
Yeah, that's
Everybody
true.
was looking at this team like, what is going on with you guys? But they really turned it around. A couple of great matches. And here are the results from today. Gumio takes out MMA. Joxy, his first game, his debut game, the only guy to get a win for SBENU against Panic. And then Hero takes out Donragu in a very long macro PVZ. And then C takes out Bomber.
Fantastic day. I'm feeling pretty good about today. You know, I was a little worried coming in.
Great end.
It was a great end. I was worried about coming today because these 4 teams, you know, they aren't the telecom teams, for instance.
Yeah.
They aren't like the top 4, but they really made it interesting.